It's your boy Crypto Blood. Welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is October 10th, 2018. This is good music right here, people. Want to give a shout out to my man Shung Sing Ching. Hope I'm saying that correctly. He wanted me to play some Stretch. Why did you do it? He says for us old guys. So hey, no problem, bro. Thank you for the song request. It's got some soul in this one for sure. And I really appreciate the song request today. What's good, people? Hope you guys are doing all right. I'm in the Busto room to my left on the screen. You're right. Shout out to my Busto people. So today we're going to be talking about two articles. One out of Crypto Briefing discussing new report saying that cryptocurrencies to fiat transactions can be fully tracked by Homeland Security. We're going to look at that. It's not a surprise, right? It shouldn't be a surprise to us. But we're definitely going to cover that and just see what's going on with that whole situation. And the second article is out of CCN. Indiegogo has done their first security token ICO and they raised $18 million. Indiegogo, if you guys aren't familiar, is like a crowdfunding website. So we're going to look at that. That caught my eye. I'm just interested to see how the evolution of ICOs occur. Like, I'm seeing it happen. They're starting to do more creative ways of raising capital over the blockchain, and thought that would be an interesting one for us to look at as well. But first, let's take a look at this market cap. We're currently at $218 billion. It looks like we're making a pullback here. Bitcoin's dominance is still up there, 52.4%. And yeah, it looks like we've been kind of flatlined still from yesterday, but I did look at the charts earlier this morning and saw that we made some pullback. So as you can see, we're making some retracements away from that 6,600 level, assuming we're going to go and test this trend line yet again. We got to really watch this, because if we break this, it's going to definitely be an acceleration to the downside. So we'll have to keep an eye out on that. I actually need to share this link again. I used to share this chart so you guys can see some of my manual TA analysis. But I'll have to do that. You guys have to remind me to do that. First article out of Crypto Briefing, as I've stated, can Homeland Security see your fiat transfers? And they say probably. So what they're talking about here are the crypto to fiat transfers. It says here, an official from the U.S. Homeland Security has claimed that the authorities can trace every crypto to fiat currency conversion. Is that really a surprise in the modern age of surveillance? It's not to me. He was talking about international drug dealers bringing vast amounts of fentanyl into the U.S. to sell on the dark web. But the interference is clear. Big Brother is watching the crypto market, and the days of anonymity and free money are coming to an end. Matthew Allen, Assistant Director of Domestic Operations with Homeland Security Investigations, appeared before the U.S. Senate on October 3rd to discuss cryptocurrencies and how they are being used and abused by drug traffickers. He said, on darknet marketplaces and other unindexed websites, purchases are often paid for with cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and Monero, among many others. It goes on to say here, Litecoin and Monero popular on dark web. Monero and Litecoin are both big players on the dark web, and some criminals actively avoid Bitcoin due to personal security concerns. At some point, though, the money has to come out of the crypto sphere and into the real world. Allen claimed that the on and off ramps to the cryptocurrency world are the best spots to apprehend wrongdoers. And I quote, whenever monetary exchanges are made, a vulnerability is created. This is the time when criminals are most susceptible to identification by law enforcement. Allen continued with utilizing traditional investigation methods such as surveillance, undercover operations, and confidential informants, coupled with financial and blockchain analysis. ICE HSI is able to disrupt the criminals and dismantle the TCOs, which stand for transnational criminal organizations, as well as the cryptocurrency exchangers who typically launder proceeds from criminal networks engaged in or supporting darknet marketplaces. After local bitcoins was mentioned by name, targeting these illicit P2P exchangers helps to pull back the veil of pseudo-anonymity provided by virtual currencies. Through interviews and suspect cooperation, along with forensic analysis of computers, mobile phones, and other seized electronics, as well as the use of advanced blockchain tracing tools, the ICE HSI can identify other criminals using virtual currencies to fund and further their illicit activities. And then it goes on to say here, guys, the IRS is coming. The main takeaway is that there is a way for the government's prying eyes to get into your crypto trades. The IRS has already sued Coinbase for full details of its users, and it's clear that cryptocurrency taxes are a fact of life already. And they did sue them and won to get any individuals from 2013 or 2014 and back. So it's not all of them, all of the years, but definitely they got 14, 13, and 15 or something like that. Allen was speaking of more nefarious users, but blockchain analysis powered by AI could turn the IRS into a bloodhound for every stray dollar. If that happens, it will be easier to report our income in real time on an IRS-linked blockchain system. The window of opportunity for under-the-counter earnings in cryptos is closing fast, and the very tools that help people get rich anonymously will eventually shut tax evasion down. Wow, what do you guys think about that part? That's heavy. I agree, and that's why if you want to be independent of being seized by the governments and stuff like that, you got to just be careful about where you hold your funds. Be your own bank. Try to do business in Bitcoin if possible. And I know it's going to be hard. The more cryptocurrencies become more popular, more merchants, of course, accepting it. So I'm expecting that you're going to have like a VAT tax on cryptos, where the tax is at the point of sale. Tax responsibility isn't really on you. It'll just be on the merchant will have to be the bearer of any tax liabilities if this thing really becomes more popular and people stop going from crypto to fiat. But that's why you have these stable coins coming around, because that's going to give the governments the opportunity to tax you because you're going from crypto to USD. I don't know how they're going to look at that. Are those looked at as actual dollars, or are those looked at as cryptos? No guidance, people. I'm telling you, it's so frustrating. But with taxes, I just want to say this because I'm not a full anarchist on that side of things where, I don't believe in paying taxes or anything like that. And I'm not all the way on the side of just give all your money away and let the governments use it in an irresponsible way. That's where we're in the situation we are in today. But I will say you have to pay taxes because the roads that you use, the EMS that you have to call in an emergency, these are civil public services that you're using. And if you don't feel like you need to pay taxes, then you have to stop. You shouldn't be using them. You shouldn't be using them, right? You shouldn't be using the roads because you're contributing to the wear and tear of those roads. You shouldn't be calling the EMS or calling the fire department. Shouldn't be doing any of that. Calling the police. Those are all paid by citizens that pay taxes, right? So it has to be a balance. You know what I mean? It just has to be a balance, and think of it that way. So the article finishes up by saying blockchain is in government's future. Blockchain technology is finding a foothold in government departments all around the world, and income tax is basically tailor-made for the blockchain. It's a vast number of numbers and files that can be broken down into individual digital ledgers. AI can calculate everybody's taxes as they go, identifying issues ahead of time and give you simple roadmaps for your finances. When technology gets to that stage, it will likely be plugged into your bank account and cryptocurrency exchanges. It will do the math for you, but it won't miss a single cent. So what do you I have to agree, and I want to know what you guys think. Is the blockchain or cryptocurrency going to be the gift that turns into the curse for those that want to have financial freedom and not pay taxes and do as they may, as they choose to? I think so. I think this is definitely going to, in the future, be an area, and then maybe something else will sprout up. Maybe the privacy coins will become more popular. But if the privacy coins, if the transparency gets to that level, which this article is talking about, if it gets to that level with the Bitcoins, the Litecoins, and the privacy coins are going to be marginalized, right? So now you're really going to be looked at sideways if you're using Monero, Zcash, any of these privacy coins, because people are going to, the government is going to say, well, why are you using them? Only reason is because you're trying to hide something. So I don't know. You guys let me know your thoughts. I think paying taxes is cool, but we shouldn't be overtaxed, and we shouldn't be taken advantage of by these governments with the tax dollars that they do receive. Because it's being totally blown on wars and military industrial complex. Like, it's definitely being used in a way that is unnecessary and out of control, to be honest with you. So you guys let me know again, what are your thoughts about that? Second article though is out of CCN, and Indiegogo's first security token ICO raised $18 million. The owner operator of the St. Regis Aspen Resort has concluded its security token offering, raising $18 million in the first equity ICO hosted on the Indiegogo platform. Asset management firm Elevated Returns, the owner of St. Regis Aspen, on Tuesday announced that accredited investors had purchased all $18 million worth of Aspen coins made available through the sale, bringing Indiegogo's first security token ICO to a successful conclusion. Operative word there to me, guys, that I don't like accredited investors. See, this is the problem with traditional investment vehicles or structures. They only let the rich get richer. They don't let small people with small capital participate in this type of stuff. And this is why I was so excited about ICOs when they got very popular last year in 2017. And I was very excited because I was seeing people be able to participate in these markets where normally only accredited investors would be able to. So I'm already upset reading this, because this is the same thing in a new way. Unlike utility token ICOs, which at least purportedly serve as coupons for a product or service, security tokens represent investment contracts. In this case, each Aspen coin represents a share in a single asset real estate investment trust, a REIT, that holds the $18 million in St. Regis Aspen equity made available through the STO ICO. Since securities offerings are regulated by the SEC, the sale was restricted to accredited buyers. The Aspen digital closing not only represents a new coin on the market that is asset backed, it also establishes a blueprint for future real estate tokenization, said Jason Kirschenbaum, director at Elevated Returns. The future of real estate investing is one that provides global exposure, transparency, public access, and liquidity. Don't know where they get public access, all of which are elements that can be delivered through blockchain technology. The token, which was built to the ERC20 token standard, was made available on Indiegogo through a partnership with Templum Markets LLC, a FINRA and SEC registered operator. While Aspen coins can technically be held in any Ethereum wallet, investors seeking to sell their security tokens must do so through Templum's alternative trading system to comply with federal securities regulations. In an interview with CCN earlier this year, Indiegogo co-founder said that expanding into cryptocurrency-based crowdfunding is a natural extension of the firm's business. We predict a rise in the potential and demand for tokenized securities because digital ownership on the blockchain provides so many advantages over legacy investments, and tech-savvy investors are seeing the value proposition in real time. This addition to our business is just a natural extension of our vision for a crowd-financed world. Indiegogo has previously hosted a utility token ICO in partnership with licensed broker-dealer Microventures. However, months after the sale was concluded, Microventures abruptly canceled the sale and returned the funds to contributors, citing regulatory concerns. That was smart. So what do you guys think about this? I think this is something that could have been veritized. You know, this is something that Veritasium is trying to attempt to do as well. So I think you're going to see more and more in this type of structured deal, definitely. But I just don't like the fact that you have to be an accredited investor. And you guys who are very followers and really invested into the project, let me know if, as a regular individual, will I have to be an accredited investor to do deals and veritize different securities and assets? That's something I would be interested to know. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, guys. What do you think about this? This is cool. Me personally, I've learned from what happened in 2017 as far as the value in ICOs. STOs I think are going to be even bigger in 2019, going into 2020 as regulation starts to become more clear about that and more mainstream. I just don't like the fact that you have to be an accredited investor. FINRA or the SEC, they need to make a new class license for individuals who want to be investing in blockchain. Like, there needs to be a license where you pass a test that kind of lets them know that you're mature enough to work with these STOs and ICOs. It shouldn't be all based on your net worth, because that's going to eliminate a lot of people from participating and growing their worth. They won't be able to get to $250,000 or an accredited investor if they never have the opportunity to participate in these types of deals. I don't know, man. You guys let me know your thoughts on that. Definitely make sure you like and subscribe. Click that bell, all that good stuff, and definitely share this video. It's your boy Crypto Blood. That's my 2 Satoshis. October 10th, 2018. I'm out of here. Holla!